guys, I am calling it right now. We're going to be able to ride a frickin' dragon in Hogwarts Legacy. What's going on, everybody? I'm the Wizarding Nerd, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over what role I think the Fantastic Beasts will play in Hogwarts Legacy. But before we get started, let me know what your favorite Fantastic Beast is down in the comments. Thestrals are one of my favorites, and I actually have a pretty cool Thestral tattoo you guys want to see. Bam! Hopefully, most of you can't actually see it because, you know, the whole death thing. But anyway, it's there. It's pretty cool, I know. But joking aside, I think Fantastic Beasts are going to play a greater role than just fuzzy pets we keep in our closet. In Fantastic Beasts, Newt uses them for all matter of things, and I'd find it hard to believe that we'll just have a closet full of them gathering dust and not put them to use somehow. So what kinds of things could we possibly need them for? In the state of play, I think they actually give us plenty of clues to figure out what types of purposes they might serve. Most, if not all, have descriptions in the book Fantastic Beasts and where to find them that could be well served to some form of combat in Hogwarts Legacy. Especially the dragon, but I'll go over that last. For example, we already see a mandrake being used to knock out opponents in the state of play, and while it technically isn't a Fantastic Beast, Swoopers have a similar ability to drive listeners crazy, so maybe there's something that could be pulled out of a pocket and used on an enemy in a similar way. I'm more here to talk about the bigger Fantastic Beasts though. Mooncaps, Grabhorns, Nifflers. Alright, I'll admit that Nifflers aren't exactly bigger, but look at this guy, isn't he the best? Such a cute little thief. And that's exactly what I think his in-game purpose is going to be. I don't know if any of you guys are Pokemon fans, but I'm going to wager at least a few of you are, and if you are, I'm sure you've played the newest game, Legends Arceus. Or Arceus, however you pronounce it. In Pokemon Legends, there's a mechanic called Ride Pokemon where you can summon specific Pokemon to do different things like fly, climb mountains, and search the area for hidden goodies, which is exactly what I think the Niffler will do. Let's say we clear out an enemy camp of all the bad guys and they're all laying there stunned, or dead if you choose the dark path. Maybe we'll set loose a Niffler to run around and pick up all the loot they had with them, probably just galleons and stuff like that, but maybe occasionally they'll get us something really good like potions or goblin-made items. I also think that the Grabhorn might be like an upgraded version of this. In the Fantastic Beasts book, it says that mountain trolls like to ride Grabhorns, much to their dismay, but if we have ancient powers that allow us to control the beasts, then I think they would be totally fine with us riding on their backs, especially since we'll weigh considerably less than a troll. And also, look at those, whiskers? Tentacles? Whatever you want to call them. They seem like they would serve some purpose, and why couldn't they be used for detecting things? Granted, you could say that about anything they might do, like why couldn't they detach and wiggle around on the ground as a distraction like a lizard's tail? Maybe the tentacles don't do anything at all and Grabhorns are just really fast. But moving on to the next Fantastic Beast, subscribers. Yeah, you're all Fantastic Beasts, and if you're watching this right now and you're not a subscriber, you should be, because you're one of us. But for real this time, the next Fantastic Beast is Mooncaps. Now, I already did make a very short video about Mooncaps, and it was awful, and it really should have been a short, but I was new to making videos at the time, and I'm like, oh, I could go back and edit it now, but what's the point? Like, is it really worth the effort? But anyway, I digress. I'll save you the trouble of going back to watch it. Mooncaps have magic poop. I know, it sounds ridiculous, but it's legit. Their poop is silver and it serves as an excellent fertilizer, making plants grow big and strong very quickly. This could serve as an excellent feature in the Room of Requirement because, as we've already seen, we will be growing plants in there, and if Mooncaps can speed that timer along, then they'd make a great addition to the team. I also firmly believe that tracking them down would make a great side quest because they only come out on the night of a full moon, and when they do come out, it's for dancing. Actually though, they rear up on their hind legs and do a little dance. It's supposed to be entertaining. They also leave crop circles, which is pretty cool. But if it's not a side quest, maybe we're out on a full moon for a different reason. Maybe we're out there looking for someone with a troubling family secret when we stumble across the Mooncaps instead. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about Sebastian or his family. I'm really here to talk about how we're going to be able to ride a dragon. We already know that we'll get to ride hippogriffs, right? And in this other scene where they're talking about taming, we can see the main character interacting with Thestrals, so we'll probably end up being able to fly on them too. I don't think it would be too much of a reach to expect that we'll be able to tame and ride a dragon. This dragon specifically. We see it several times throughout the state of play, and if you look closely, you'll notice that it's got a blue glow to it. We see other creatures that are glowing too when it talks about corrupted creatures, only these Dugbogs are glowing red. And what's the opposite of red? Green, actually. But good guys are almost always blue and the bad guys are red, so. But I think once we uncorrupt these creatures, their red glow will turn blue before fading out, and then they'll be our friends that we can lock in our closet with the rest of them. Another reason I think this dragon ends up friendly is we fly right past him on a hippogriff in the state of play, and he doesn't even seem to notice. Now, I do think it's worth noting that at the point in the game where we probably get to ride a dragon is going to be most likely at the very end. It'll be like the final boss fight, but if we're lucky, maybe we'll get to fly him around in post-game, lighting stuff on fire and just being like an absolute menace because the story's done, so who cares if we're a good guy or a bad guy anymore. But that's pretty much my whole theory on the dragon. I want to give a huge shout out to Michael. You can find him down in the comments. He's almost always the first one to say anything on any of my videos. And I just want to say thank you to him for being the first one to donate to my tip jar for upgraded equipment. If you'd like to support the channel too, go ahead and click that link down there in the description. And I will absolutely give shout outs to anybody who makes a donation. If there's something specific you'd like me to say in that moment, put it in the comment box and I'll absolutely read that out loud if it's appropriate. Gotta throw that in there. But dragons and hippogriffs aren't the only videos I talk about flying in. I've got another video that I'll link right here that talks about Quidditch and flying. So if you'd like that, go ahead and click that link. But that is all I've got for you today. I will catch you next time, nerds.